Stay with me till the end of this video as we unravel the what, why, and how of waste management in the simplest way possible.
You may want to skip to specific chapters of your interests.
Hey there! Hope you're doing great today. In this video, let me start by throwing a word at you and let me see what thoughts come to your mind. So here it is. The word is waste or garbage. Probably you're thinking it's something which is dirty, which you don't want around you. Very well. And by that logic, waste management got to be something really nice. Because by that, we are trying to keep ourselves away from the waste and the harmful effects of it. So, are we all ready to manage our waste? And I can hear you say, waste management might be good, but then what actually does it mean? How do we do it? And for that matter, is it really that important to manage the waste? And I would say all of these are valid questions and the answers to which you will find in this video. So stay with me till the very end as we unravel the what, why, and how of waste management. So friends, whatever we do in life, we mostly do it when we understand why we need to do it, isn't it? So why do we need to do waste
And
management?
why do we need to take the responsibility of the waste that we generate?
So for one, friends, we can't wish away waste. And more so if we live in cities and if we have modern lifestyles. Because we are talking about some serious numbers here. For example, India is producing close to 1.7 lakhs metric tons per day. That's huge. And obviously, the waste numbers are going up by the day. So, it must be all getting managed somehow, right? Well, answer is not that happy because let's face it, guys, India is yet not there. We don't have the infrastructure to manage our waste. Our waste mismanaged, and close to 80% of the waste is just going out to pollute our land, air, and water.
So we are talking about two things here. One, that our country is producing tons and tons of waste every single day. Second, we do not have the required sufficient infrastructure to manage that.
So, where does all the waste go? It has to be somewhere, right? So, as discussed earlier, it's either dumped or burnt. And what do we mean by dumping? It will either go to the land or to the rivers and lakes and water bodies. Finally, to the biggest dump of all, that is the ocean. And what does it do there? No prizes for guessing that. It doesn't look great to start with. And then waste lying everywhere in our streets, in the open areas, that causes serious sanitation problems as they are breeding grounds for rodents, for insects, and then not to mention the leaching of heavy metals and chemicals into our soil and water. All of this endangering our health in a serious way. And if that was not enough, dumped waste leads to flooding due to choke drains, fire hazard, tourism losses, and on top of all of this, climate change. Yes, friends, dumped waste emits greenhouse gases that adds to global warming and climate change woes. So we would rather make the waste disappear. So what we do is we burn it. But does the waste go anywhere?
Frankly, it doesn't.
Because not only we get the bad smell and the smoke, we are also getting toxic gases. For example, plastics have persistent organic pollutants like dioxins and furans.
The toxic gases and pollutants that are emitted from open burning of waste can cause serious problems of the respiratory system, nervous system, and they can even cause heart diseases, hormonal disorders, and even cancer.
So, what we are doing here, if we are not managing our waste, is that we are endangering our health and our economy, and we are also harming the marine and the land creatures.
Friends, are not all these points convincing enough to make us take responsibility of our own waste? So now it's time to move towards the solutions. But let me tell you one thing here, the solutions can be tough or easy, but the most important thing is to know. And that's the first step we are taking right now, right here. Waste management is a broad term because there are different types of waste and there are different ways of managing them. But if you want to understand it in the most simpler, holistic way, waste management is when we try to reduce the waste at our end by mindful lifestyle practices. Then whatever waste we have generated, we try to responsibly dispose it off so that it doesn't harm us or others around.
And best if we can generate some value out of our waste, that's amazing. And yes, friends, believe me, it's possible. So, how should we do that? To start with, let's segregate our waste, because only then we would be able to make use of each category of waste separately without the fear of one waste making the other type of waste dirty. And also we would be able to check on which type of waste are we generating more, so that we can actually start reducing that. So, are there different categories of waste? Of course there are, and the main categories are these: the wet waste, the dry waste, which includes plastic, thermocol, paper, cardboard, metals and glass, the e-waste, and the sanitary waste.
Now friends, in the upcoming videos of this waste management series, there will be different videos on different categories of waste, and there we will discuss the technologies in detail. So don't forget to check out those videos as well.
So before we go to the technical methods, let's start with the easiest one, something which we can do right away, and that is waste reduction. How do we reduce the waste? We just need to follow the R's: refuse, reduce, reuse, repair, resell. Sounding familiar? Well, of course, they are. Only thing we need to do is to incorporate these R's in our lifestyles, one step at a time. And now here is the list of the various technical methods of managing different categories of waste. For example, for wet waste, we can follow composting or biogas generation. For dry waste like the plastics, we can follow most of the R's and some other techniques like the controlled burning or the waste to energy. But for metals, glass, etc., recycling is a good way. For e-waste, again we follow the R's of reuse, repair, resell, recycle. For the sanitary waste, we first try to replace the sanitary products with their reusable alternatives. And for the waste that's already generated, we have biomedical incineration methods at hand. So this brings us to the end of this video. Just like for all good things, waste management also requires investment of resources. That is our time, our effort, our money. So are we up for it? Our life is a function of the investments we make, isn't it?
I tried to give you a basic yet almost complete picture of waste management through this video. If you found this video to be nice and useful, please do one thing. Drop in a comment. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel to get the first notification of the upcoming videos of this waste management series. Looking forward to meeting you in the next video, and as I say, go green to get green. Take care.